You know what? Wario just needs to make up his damn mind already. One second he's a treasure hunter and the next he's a biker who owns his own video game company? Also, he had a castle at one point? Who even is this guy?
It's me, Wario!
It seems like not even Nintendo knows, with Wario basically being thrown into any genre of game they can think of. Puzzle game, 3D platformer, 2D side-scroller, this guy's seen it all. Though, there's always been one series of Wario games that has always had me the most interested. The WarioWare series. Now, if you don't already know, this series is, well, it's just a little weird. What started out as just a side game on the Nintendo 64 DD's Mario Artist Polygon Studio has now become a huge player in Nintendo's current lineup since the series premiered on the Game Boy Advance. But the WarioWare series isn't just another collection of random minigames. No, these games were at one point Nintendo's headliner, used to show off what made each of their consoles so unique. You see, underneath those weird, quirky microgames are experiences that perfectly illustrated the potential behind Nintendo's new hardware. There's a reason why Nintendo usually launched a new WarioWare game alongside a new console. But if this is all true, then why is a series that was once one of Nintendo's biggest franchises now being mostly thrown to the sideline? Well, let's take a closer look and find out for ourselves. Created mostly in secret by Nintendo's R&D 1 team, the first game in the WarioWare series was released on the Game Boy Advance in 2003 and was an instant hit on the system. But what exactly made WarioWare so unique when compared to the onslaught of other minigame collections? Well, while most other games like this are made solely with the intention of making a quick buck, WarioWare actually took the time to create a variety of unique experiences that fully utilized the console's defining features. The microgames present in the WarioWare series are all based around being short and simple, which allows individual members of the development team to really show off their personality. You see, because of the short nature of each of these games, members of the team didn't have to stress over things like story and art direction. They were free to just create whatever they thought would be fun for a game like this. The series would only get better with time as well, with innovations like gyroscope controls for WarioWare Twisted, or having access to a touchscreen and later full motion controls for WarioWare Touched and Smooth Moves respectively. All of these new innovations that came with each new console gave these developers new tools to work with. Tools that would help give each new entry in the series its own unique identity. These games, to put it bluntly, were basically a tech demo for each system they were released on, but they were just filled with so much polish and creativity that it never felt like you were just playing a bunch of demos to show off and test new hardware. For the time, they were the perfect launch title for any new Nintendo console. But we still haven't answered my original question. What exactly happened to the series? Why isn't it as prominent as it once was? Well, while no official reason has been given, I personally feel like Wii Sports is to blame. Let me explain. It's 2006, and people are eagerly awaiting Nintendo's next generation console, the Nintendo Wii. But this new system is going to be unlike anything we've ever seen before. It's going to use some kind of wand as a controller that utilizes motion controls? What the heck am I even supposed to do with this thing, Nintendo? If only there was some series of games that could quickly show me what this whole Nintendo Wii thing is all about. Oh hey, a new WarioWare game. WarioWare Smooth Moves is just... It's so good. One of Baba Wario's finest. This game perfectly showed off what made motion-controlled gaming so exciting. It accomplished this by showcasing different ways you could hold the Wii Remote to control a game. For example, you could hold the Wii Remote like a fly swatter to swat a fly, or hold it like a steering wheel to drive a car. It was so cool and just made you think how a future Mario or Zelda game could use this brand new controller. The possibilities seemed endless. But even though WarioWare Smooth Moves was a perfect game to show off the potential behind this new console, it was unfortunately overshadowed by another game that in Nintendo's eyes was an even better showcase for motion-controlled gaming. That game, as I'm sure you're all aware, was Wii Sports. Wii Sports, like WarioWare Smooth Moves, showed off what the Wii was capable of by showcasing different ways to hold the Wii remote. Anyone, regardless of age or background in gaming, were already familiar with how these sports worked, so it allowed this game to pretty much have a universal appeal, and brought in a whole new generation of people who probably never would have even bothered with gaming if it hadn't been for this game. Smooth Moves, on the other hand, regardless of how well it showed off the console's new features, could have never matched the universal appeal Wii Sports had. After it was all said and done though, Wii Sports performed amazingly, and to this day is one of Nintendo's best sellers. As for Smooth Moves, well, it sold decently, but it just couldn't compare to the impression Wii Sports left on people. So it was obvious to Nintendo that these types of games were just the way to go when showing off future hardware. Games like Wii Sports were able to ease the player in with longer form, slower paced content, as opposed to a fast-paced, chaotic game like WarioWare, which might leave a player feeling overwhelmed and possibly confused by the end of it. So, when Nintendo's next console, the Wii U, was released in 2012, the WarioWare series saw a complete overhaul in the form of Game and Wario. While this game was still based in the same world as previous WarioWare games, it completely changed the formula in almost every way. The small bite-sized microgames the series was known for were now swapped out for longer minigames that all made use of the Wii U's gamepad. The games included in Game & Wario weren't terrible. They could actually be pretty fun your first time through. It's just, while the WarioWare games before it were more or less tech demos that felt like something completely unique, Game & Wario was a tech demo that, well, felt like a tech demo. And so, like the Wii U itself, was tossed aside by most people. At the time, it seemed like the WarioWare series we grew to know and love was gone, replaced by Game & Wario, which was being pushed as a spiritual successor to the series. But due to the mediocre sales of the game, it was hard to tell what the future held for Wario and his friends. Thankfully, over 5 years later, it's seeming like Nintendo is ready to give the series another chance with WarioWare Gold, which is a compilation of over 300 microgames from past WarioWares. I honestly feel like this game is being used as a testing ground to see if there's still a place for a game like this. So, who knows? Maybe we'll actually get to see the WarioWare series make a proper return, if enough people buy this game, that is. Hint, hint. But how do you feel about the WarioWare series? Would you like to see it return to its former glory? Let me know in the comments, and be sure to leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. It really helps me out and lets me know that you're, enjoying my stuff. Also, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any future videos, and be sure to check out my previous video on Mario sports games. I had a lot of fun making that one, and yeah, I think you'll enjoy it. At least I hope you'll enjoy it. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.